Finish him next summer. That's right, the Mortal Kombat 2 movie has been delayed from October to May. Is this the best summer play ever, or is it a fatal move? Let's discuss. So, Deadline reported this that Mortal Kombat 2 will release next summer on May 15th, 2026, instead of October 24th, 2025. Despite having record views for the Red Band trailer, an estimated over 100 million views global, which is really great, and it had strong research or strong screenings of the movie sequel. Suppose the reason behind having to move had to do with the competition that's coming up from the box office with competing films and the Halloween holiday. So let's dive a little bit more to that. So the films that are coming out in October are Roof Man with Channing Tatum, the horror movie Good Boy from the perspective of man's best friend, The Smashing Machine with The Rock, we got Tron Ares with Jared Leto, Kiss of the Spider-Woman with J-Lo, we got the sequel to Black Phone 2 with Ethan Hawke, After the Hunt, Good Fortune, Begonia, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, and Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. Those are all kind of sprinkled about the whole month of October. To me, the only real movies that could give Mortal Kombat 2 competition, maybe due to similar views and audience, really, to me would be the horror movie Good Boys. I think Tron Ares is probably the better one. Again, horror movie The Black Phone 2, and maybe Netflix's limited release of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein with Oscar Isaacs. Otherwise, to me, October is more full of just like dramas, art house, and award films, and it seems pretty quiet. I think that Mortal Kombat 2 definitely could give those movies some stiff competition. So, yeah, maybe not till really like November 7th when Disney and 20th Century Studios releases Predator Badlands. To me, that would definitely give Mortal Kombat 2 some competition. To me, that's the closest thing really to the same kind of similar audience as Mortal Kombat 2. Bloody violence with some sci-fi in there versus like fantasy. Those kind of go hand in hand. The article goes on to justify the move with Warner Brothers and New Line's success this year during the same time of year with Final Destination Bloodlines. That movie opened to a franchise record of $51.6 million. The pick was also best in the series with a record of $138.1 million US, with a total of $301 million worldwide. Now, Mortal Kombat 2 will go up against, like, I get this. The article is mentioning this as like the stiff competition. Amazon MGM Studios' Is God Is, and an entitled Neon theatrical release. Let's see. Warner Brothers always has had this date of May 15, 2026 RSVP'd in ComScore. So, is moving dates a mistake? Let's kind of break this down a little bit and dive into that. To solidify and support the new date for the movie, a new poster was released, and Ed Boon himself tweeted that May is greater than October. But is moving the movie to a May date a mistake? First, let's talk about brand synergy. I've talked about this multiple times in entertainment videos on this channel, and there are other videos on this channel. But with the movie moving to next year, the movie is missing out, I believe, on Mortal Kombat brand synergy. Mortal Kombat 1 has been active this year at game competitions with the recent Pro competition that just recently was about to finish. Also, new Mortal Kombat merchandise has either been released or has been announced to be released, such as the art book, the McFarlane toys, along with some much anticipated the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection. Hello, that gives this year a lot of stuff to talk about for Mortal Kombat fans. So keeping this movie coming out this year just kind of makes more sense. It keeps it in people's mind, something to anticipate. You know, kind of keeps Mortal Kombat, you know, in the news and the talk and all that kind of good stuff. Let's talk about studio synergy. If Mortal Kombat 2 had kept its October release date, that would have created studio synergy with It Welcome to Derry for the series, you know, the new series coming out for HBO. Now, Mortal Kombat has had a history of horror movie villains appearing as guests in the game franchise, with Mortal Kombat 1 recently having Ghostface appear. So it just kind of makes sense to keep its October date, since Mortal Kombat kind of somewhat falls into the bloody gore that we would expect from a horror show or movie. And since that's also from Warner Brothers, and this is from Warner Brothers, studio synergy. It's like if you enjoyed Mortal Kombat 2, go watch It Welcome to Derry. If you like It Welcome to Derry, go watch Mortal Kombat 2. There you go. All right. Now let's talk about the summer movie season 2026, the competition that we can expect really for Mortal Kombat 2. So moving it to next May puts at the beginning of the summer movie season, which really is a a big ask for movies because a lot of people expect the summer movie season to be really, really good throughout from May to August. I think this year has kind of been ho-hum and maybe not like what we've had in years past. So to me, that's a big ask. Don't get me wrong. I want as a Mortal Kombat fan, I would love more than anything for Mortal Kombat 2 to be a heavy contender with other blockbuster summer movies. But some other movies released in that same month could give it some legitimate competition. Let's not kid ourselves. So these are the movies that we have coming up. Animal Friends, an R-rated road trip adventure movie starring Ryan Reynolds, Jason Momoa, Vince Vaughn, and Aubrey Plaza. That comes out on May 1st. That could give it some competition because R-rated comedy with an R-rated movie, anything R-rated, that kind of shares some little bit of a demographic and audience. We have The Devil Wears Prada 2, which comes out on May 1st as well. And as popular as the first one was, or has come to be, it could have staying power at the box office, which would steal ticket sales away from Mortal Kombat 2. So I think even though it's going to be counter-programming in some ways, I feel like that could be some competition. The real competition for Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu. Yes, Pedro Pascal, releasing on May 22nd. I mean, we barely get a week with the release of Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, that movie could be a big thing for Star Wars fans and family film, and that can only give Mortal Kombat 2 1 week to earn money at the box office before families and part of the same base. Let's be real. Star Wars fans and Mortal Kombat fans, us nerds, us geeks, us fanboys, we like those kind of movies, so we're stealing it away from that other movie. That this would also have the Memorial Day weekend to continue playing, and by then I think Mortal Kombat 2 could have lost some steam. The Mandalorian Grogu will have had the Memorial Day weekend to play. So to me, May is not a good time to release this movie. Now, they could possibly move it again. So, everything, they're doing the branding thing, and I hate that. They should have announced a new date and not do the poster thing, but I get they're trying to support it, but we'll see. So here's some other thoughts I had. Maybe the movie could be released as a way to give Carl Urban a boost with the final season of The Boys set to release early next year and possibly around the same time as Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I'm sure Carl Urban got paid quite a bit to be Johnny Cage. And I think Carl Urban is a good draw for the movie, don't get me wrong. But I don't know what else he has set up, and maybe because nothing's other than that happening for him this year, maybe he needed something else. I don't know. There's also the missed opportunity for New York Comic Con that's happening from October 9th and 12th, and that could have been a great opportunity for promotion of the movie as it was supposed to play in October. Before you say anything else or say at me in the comments, more on that in a minute. Now, in regards to Halloween holiday being an issue, I think that given that Mortal Kombat's bloody history with games and horror, and having horror movie icons in the game as guests, I don't believe that Halloween should have ever been a factor in Mortal Kombat 2 having to move. If anything, I think Warner Brothers should have played it up more and released licensed merchandise. Costumes, guys. That's all what it is, cosplay. Give fans reasons to participate themselves in the movie. This is like a no-brainer. And that'll keep the brand trending throughout the movie's release. I mean, come on, this is like PR 101. They should be able to do that. All right, so what's next for the movie? Possible reshoots? Deadline reported that the movie had good test screenings, but could push the movie back, allow for possible reshoots or additions to the movie. Fans' reaction to Johnny Cage now being the lead of the movie and what that means for Liu Kang and Cole Young, Baraka's visual appearance and vocal performance in the trailer, along with Jade being bald, have caused some negative discussion for the movie. So could those items all be readdressed with reshoots, enhancements, additions, and other edits to the movie with this being pushed back? Could that be the reason why they did that? All right, now back to New York City Comic Con. So I mentioned New York City Comic Con earlier from the standpoint of having the con take place while the movie was set to release originally. But as I was preparing these notes, Carl Urban in the New York City Comic Con announced that he would be attending the convention. And as he posted that fans that are a little bummed at the delay, apologies, but you might want to be in the room he's in, just saying, possibly teasing that something new could be coming for the movie. Now, I don't know what he could possibly be teasing. Maybe just some, behind the scenes information from him at the con, maybe some new stills, maybe a clip of him from the movie, which would all be good, don't get me wrong, but we got 7 months to go. So, I mean, hey, but whatever we get, scraps and all, I'll take it. All right, so could a new teaser be coming? The Mortal Kombat Movie X page posted a tease of something to come along with the new poster for the movie's date move, saying the tournament demands a new time and place worthy of its spectacle. Mortal Kombat 2 only in theaters May 15th, 2026. Tuesday unlocks the next level. This to me feels like a new trailer possibly, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having a new trailer come out or a teaser trailer come out. But again, given that we're so far, you know, I don't want to burn out too quickly, you know, like, I guess go ahead and give us something now, but, you know, we're going to keep just getting kind of cookie crumbs up until the release, or is this going to be this big gap because the holidays, you know, that kind of thing. I think we're going to miss out on some good trend and branding things happening with us pushing it out so far. All right, so my final thoughts. Only time will tell if Warner Brothers and New Line made the right decision, because as I've laid out, I don't really think that moving Mortal Kombat 2 to May 2026, I feel like it's a mistake ultimately. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this hasn't aged well. This won't have aged well by the time we get there. And I hope that with Ed Boon giving his blessing, that he agrees with the studio execs, but I can't help but be skeptical. So what do you think about Mortal Kombat 2 being delayed? What do you think about all the details that I laid out as far as what competition it had, what competition it's entering into, Halloween playing a factor in that, the part about how, well, if we have this, you know, trailer that has gotten all these views, given that it's red band, plus these great test screenings, why did we move? Why did we move? Let me know in the comments down below. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. For more like this, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.